service in a small chapel. Scenes like this, of course, take place every day all over the country. And yet, this chapel is a little different from most. A few yards outside that door, there's a gun tower and spotlights. And it's under constant surveillance by armed officers. For you see, this chapel is within the big gates of San Quentin Prison. And yet the men come here of their own free will. Even as you go to church of your choice to worship God, they come here to seek God's guidance, to pray, to meditate, and to sing hymns. Some bad, some good, even as we are bad and good. Lawrence Hardesty of San Fernando, California, asked us to present a day in the life of a prison chaplain. Now, Warden Harley Teets and the California Department of Corrections gave us permission to answer his request. So let's follow the San Quentin senior chaplain, Bryon Eschelman, through one of his average days. Lawrence Hardesty, you asked for it.
Chaplain Eschelman's day begins early. He and his wife live on San Quentin grounds, just outside the prison walls. Under the watchful eyes of men in gun towers, the chaplain enters the triple steel gates, makes his way to the garden chapel. It isn't just his church. The chapel is shared by a minister, a Catholic priest, and a rabbi.
I'm Chaplain Eschelman, John. We've called you in as an opportunity to get acquainted with you since you're a new arrival here at our community. We want to know a little about your background and to acquaint you with some of the opportunities that we have here in our chapel program particularly. Are you getting pretty well situated?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm not completely relaxed. I'm getting orientated on my job at the furniture factory, and I have attended chapel on Sundays. I'm glad you called me in.
Well, we'll find that whatever the circumstances of life, that there can always be a deep blessing if we turn to God and find that his presence is always with us.
Yes, sir, I believe that. I'm studying and learning more about God since I've been here, and I hope to be active in the chapel program.
San Quentin holds more than 3,500 men, and of course they all have problems.
My wife was coming out here from Omaha, Nebraska to visit me, and on the way out here she was involved in a traffic accident. I was very worried about her, so I went over and seen Chaplain Eschelman here at San Quentin and asked him if he could help me. He not only did that, but he brought my wife here to San Quentin to visit me, and I found out that she wasn't injured very bad, and I was very thankful for the help that I received.
Not all the men go to the chaplain. This man serving a life sentence does not.
Yeah, why should I see him? I never saw no chaplain in the Navy, and I never saw no priest or minister while I was outside. And now that I'm here, why should I see this guy? The guy didn't bring me here, and he's not going to get me out. I got nothing to say to him, and he got nothing to say to me. Why should we waste one another's time? I don't need any counselor for my conscience. What I need is an uncle who's the governor.
Some of the men just have simple problems.
The reason why I go to see the chaplain is because sometimes I have personal problems that don't amount to too much, but he always takes time to help me figure them out. And most of all, he gives me peace of mind and help me to understand myself better.
Now, part of a prison chaplain's daily routine is a visit to the hospital, and here he talks to the men and makes new friends, even writes letters home for them. But one of his most important jobs is preparing a man about to be paroled for the outside.
Gil, it's good to see you this morning. I know that you're probably very excited over your parole that's coming up in a few weeks. How do you feel?
Chaplain, I am very excited. I know my people are very glad that I am being paroled from prison. In my past life, I've had nothing but confusion. I've been mixed up in smoking marijuana, getting drugs, and I was just leading a confused life. I didn't know exactly what I wanted out of life, actually, because I was mixing up with the wrong crowd and getting mixed up with narcotics. But today I am happy to say that I have received Jesus Christ as my Savior through the help of your literature and you yourself personally, that I have found this new life in Jesus. And I know my people at home, they're very excited themselves, because I just received a letter the other day that my sister tells me that she'll be glad when I get home. God bless you, Chaplain.
Well, thanks, Gil. The future will have its problems and difficulties, but the same spirit that's given you this kind of confidence here will continue to go with you and guide you and give you future opportunity.
You know, bridging the gap, returning to a normal life in society is one of the toughest tasks that face these men that made a mistake. Some of them might not quite make it, but most of them will. And if they do, it'll be because of the efforts of men like Bryon Eschelman, prison chaplain. Yes, men of every denomination who'll replace anger and shame with help and hope and peace of mind and a desire to make good once they face life again outside these prison walls.